Last night before bed, I put a couple of these little probiotics in my hand. Every once in a while, Dr. Ross Pelton, a good friend of mine, is here with us, a scientist par excellence. He studies gut terrain, prebiotics, postbiotics, etc. Sometimes I ask myself as I swallow this, what's in these, Dr. Pelton? What is in these?
Well, that's a capsule of Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics. It's produced in a multi-year fermentation system or process where they have 14 different types of Japanese fruits and vegetables and mushrooms and seaweeds and 13 starter strains of bacteria. And these are the fermentation vats for the 3-year fermentation process. These are the 10,000-gallon vats for anaerobic fermentation, an additional 2 years of fermentation for what we call the professional formula. But over the fermentation process, these foods are broken down and the bacteria produce what we call postbiotic metabolites. This is the new frontier in microbiome science, understanding that it's not the probiotics that directly regulate your health, it's the compounds that probiotic bacteria create, these postbiotic metabolites. So that capsule that you showed your viewers here, that contains over 500 of these postbiotic metabolites that are created in this multi-year fermentation process. It's like eating 14 different types of fruits and vegetables in every day, which is really required to get a healthy gut microbiome. But how many people eat 10 or 12 or 15 different fruits and vegetables every day? Almost nobody does. So most people don't have a good healthy gut microbiome, but Dr. Ohhira directly supplies over 500 of these postbiotic metabolites.
It's just to think of that, folks, that it's gone through a fermentation process of a few years. This is unlike any probiotic on the market. Do you take Dr. Ohhira's probiotics? Which brand are you taking, and would you switch? Would you just give us a month or two on this? Then I know you'll switch permanently, because I was there. You were there, right? You're the original
went to
yogurt
Japan,
guy.
visited their plant, and we know about the benefits of fermented food. For centuries, it's been the #1 way to preserve food and keep them healthy for long periods of time. It's the fermentation process that produces the postbiotic metabolite that kills bacteria and prevents bacteria from growing and proliferating. The fermentation process in your gastrointestinal system is the same or similar to Dr. Ohhira's fermentation process. Dr. Ohhira's process mimics the natural fermentation that goes on in the human gut microbiome.
Many years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I watched you delivering a continuing medical education course to doctors. And you ended that, I thought, so tremendously with, I wouldn't at all be shocked if we were to find in the future that all chronic degenerative disease is here. Oh, I know you're suffering neurologically, but it starts here.
And there's the gut-brain communication. So the bacteria communicate with your brain and influence your moods and your energy levels and actually dictate what food you're going to eat.
Why don't most probiotics work?
Yeah, Doug. So I wrote a paper titled The Oral Probiotic Dilemma, which gives people the scientific explanation for why most oral probiotics are not providing the benefits that manufacturers lead them to believe. The first part of the dilemma is stomach acid. Your stomach acid is the front line of your immune system. It's designed to kill bacteria and viruses and fungi and things that go in through your mouth. 10,000 to 100,000 times stronger stomach acid than the acidity in your small intestine, in your colon. People take these oral probiotics, they hit that stomach acid, they get decimated. So that's the first part of the oral probiotic dilemma. The second part of the dilemma is the small intestinal environment. We produce bile acids and pancreatic enzymes, and their job is to digest food. They destroy the cell membrane of bacteria if they make it that far. And the third part of the dilemma, Doug, I think is the worst sin in the history of humanity. People eat horrible diets. So many people these days rely on fast foods and processed foods, and what people need to realize that the types of foods that your bacteria require are plant-based foods. Fruits and vegetables and some of the herbs and spices contain the correct products that the bacteria need. And so on the dilemma number 3 here, I'm telling people polyphenols and dietary fibers are the food components that bacteria require to thrive and survive, and they convert those dietary fibers and polyphenols into the postbiotic metabolite. But my third bullet point is telling you there's a summary of multiple studies I've got up here telling us that from 80 to 95% of American children and adults do not consume adequate amounts of dietary fibers and polyphenols. So almost nobody is consuming a diet that adequately supports the creation of a healthy gut microbiome. That's why Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics is so important, because it's directly delivering these postbiotic metabolites. And I like to do a little analogy between two of the most complex ecosystems on the planet, the Amazon rainforest and your gut microbiome. In the Amazon rainforest, there's thousands of different species of insects and birds and mammals and reptiles. They all require different types of food. Well, in your gut microbiome, you got 800 to 1,000 different species of bacteria. They require different types of food. So people have to learn to ingest and consume a diversity of different types of plant-based foods so you can get a diverse microbiome. And I like to kind of emphasize to people the importance of eating a little bit of as many different types of fruits and vegetables a day as you can. But most people don't do that. But when you take Dr. Ohhira's, you're getting the benefit of the fermentation of 14 different types of polyphenol and dietary fiber-rich food. That's the benefit of Dr. Ohhira's. So there's no other product in the world like this. For 25 years now, we have been carrying Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics and telling the world about this multi-year fermentation process that creates these postbiotic metabolites. It's the best way to create positive changes in your gut microbiome.
I think it's unique. This is living, right? Most probiotics are not. I think this is such a different approach to putting the good stuff back in, that which God gave you at birth back in. This, Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics, and now Reg Active, same company, Essential Formulas, 2 products, and both unique, both different. What's it been like for so many years to be working with this company?
It's a thrill and a professional passion to be on the front line of a revolution in healthcare. Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics is the new frontier in microbiome science, teaching people that these postbiotic metabolites are critical regulators of your health. And of course, glutathione, the master antioxidant. I wrote a paper titled The Glutathione Theory of Aging. One of the most important things people can do to have healthy longevity is boost their glutathione levels. And one of these Reg Active products from Essential Formulas is the best way to do that.
Try them both, AM and PM. Give me 30, 60 days with Dr. Ohhira's and Reg Active. See how you feel. God bless you. Thank you for coming in and continuing our education. Really good to see you.